everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is Rabbi Wagensberg. In this week's portion, Pekudei, it begins with the statement, Eile Pekudei HaMishkan, Mishkan HaEdus. These are the countings of the sanctuary of testimony. Rashi points out from the Midrash that the word Mishkan is mentioned twice in a row, bumper to bumper. One word right after the other. It says Mishkan, and right away it says the word Mishkan again. Sanctuary, sanctuary. What does this repetitiveness come to teach us? So Rashi from the Midrash says that it comes to teach us an allusion, a hint to the two temples in the future, Shinismashkein, that will be taken as a pledge or as a form of payment, as collateral for the sins of the Jewish people. Remember, the word Mishkan means sanctuary. If you change the vowels of the word Mishkan, it spells the word Mashkon, which means a pledge or collateral or payment. So the reason why it says Mishkan, Mishkan, sanctuary, sanctuary, comes to teach us in the future there are going to be two temples, two sanctuaries that Nismashkein will be taken by Hashem as a pledge, as payment, as collateral for the sins of the Jewish people. Now we have to ask ourselves, why did the first two temples, why were they destroyed? Whereas we know by contrast the third temple is going to last forever. Here the Alshich tells us the following teaching. He says the first temple was built in the merit of Avraham Avinu. Unfortunately, Avraham had a child called Yishmael. That was called a pagam, some type of ruination in the Avraham, which means that ultimately the first temple had to be destroyed. The second temple was built in the merit of Yitzchak Avinu. Unfortunately, Yitzchak had an Esav as a son, and therefore there was some type of stain in the Yitzchak, and therefore ultimately the second temple had to be destroyed as well. However, in the future, the third temple will be built in the merit of Yaakov Avinu, and by Yaakov it says Mitaso Shalema, which means his bed is complete, which means that all of his children were righteous. Yes, perhaps they made a mistake or two, but there's a far cry between a righteous person that makes one or two mistakes his entire life as opposed to a wicked person. And because Yaakov's children were all righteous, and since the third temple will be built in the merit of Yaakov Avinu, that's why the third temple is going to last forever. For me, the message is pretty clear. We have to think even deeper about our children's education. This would be a great week to reflect. Are we doing that which is best for our children? Let's take the time to think to ourselves and meditate. How could I invest even more into my child? Maybe more time, maybe more concentration, in order to really raise those children of ours, and every one has the capacity and potential of being a truly righteous person. And that's something we look forward to, a generation of righteous people in whose merit will have the building of the third temple that's really going to last forever. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great Shabbos. This has been Rabbi Wagensberg.